Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. So before we start our class today, let us recite doa together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma. Last week we learned about transformation of energy. You still remember transformation of energy? Energy. Okay, the principle of the law of conservation of energy. Energy can transform from one form to another, but they still carry the same amount of energy. Okay, some of energy loss are lost. They lost as a heat energy due to the some process lah. Okay, so today we continue about transformation of energy, but more detail. Last week we only state the transformation. I show you a picture, then you state the transformation of energy. Okay, but for today we explain how actually energy, for example, ceiling fan can be function. From what kind of energy they transform to what kind of energy. Alright? Okay, last week as well, Akil Izzuddin request me to explain more about nuclear energy. Nuclear energy, Akil, dah mau buat terkejut pula. Okay, alright, so Ifan, I send the link through your chat box. Can you click the link and play the video about nuclear energy? Wait, okay. Let's hear first. Let's watch first the video.
Nampak tak je?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect.
Smart learning for all.
Don't forget the subtitle tau, Ifan.
Topic: nuclear fusion. Why is nuclear fusion not used to generate electricity? You really want to know the answer to this, right? But wait. Before answering the question, let us understand what is meant by nuclear fusion. When two lighter nuclei combine to form a heavy nucleus, a large amount of energy is released. This process is called nuclear fusion. Where does this nuclear fusion take place? You think that it takes place in a laboratory? No. You are absolutely wrong. Nuclear fusion takes place in the sun. The nuclei of two hydrogen atoms join together to form a heavy nucleus of helium with the release of a large amount of energy. How do you think this energy reaches us? Nah, it does not reach us through power lines. Wait, I will tell you. The energy released after nuclear fusion reaches us in the form of sunlight, ultraviolet radiations, heat, etc. Hey, but we are already producing electricity with the help of nuclear fission. So why do we require nuclear fusion? For this, you need to first understand the difference between nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. As we already know, nuclear fusion is the fusion of two lighter nuclei with the release of a large amount of energy. The exact opposite process happens in nuclear fission. Here, a heavier nucleus splits into two lighter nuclei, releasing a large amount of energy. This process of fission is used in nuclear power plants, where a heavy nucleus of uranium is split into lighter nuclei. The energy that is released in this is used to generate electricity. However, there is a major disadvantage of nuclear fission. Wondering what it is? The major disadvantage is that uranium is a radioactive element. When uranium undergoes fission, it generates radioactive waste along with energy. This radioactive waste is very harmful for most life forms and the environment. Hence, we need to find a clean and safe source of energy to generate electricity. What source would that be? Would it be nuclear fusion? Bingo, you are right. Then why are we not harnessing the energy of nuclear fusion to produce electricity? This is because, for nuclear fusion, two conditions are required. They are high pressure and high temperature. Only when these conditions are met can the two nuclei travel at very high speeds, resulting in collision. On Earth, it is extremely difficult to create such high pressure and temperature. Even if we are somehow able to create these conditions, the question is, how will we control them? As there are many questions unanswered and unsolved, we have not yet succeeded in using nuclear fusion in the production of electricity.
For more educational videos, please visit www.smartlearningforall.com.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Ifan. So, nuclear, one of the sources of energy comes from nuclear. Okay, nuclear energy. Alright, but nuclear energy have two processes: nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Okay, so nuclear fission is the process used to generate electricity. Nuclear fusion is not, even though it's safe compared to nuclear fission, but there are two conditions must be fulfilled before nuclear fusion can happen, which are high pressure and high temperature. So that two atoms of two nuclei can collide, and later it can produce energy. Okay, for nuclear fusion to happen. But nuclear fission is one nuclei then split into two new atom, and to produce energy. However, the disadvantage is they produce radioactive as well. That's why nuclear energy cannot be produced in the laboratory. They need nuclear plant. Okay, so for your information, in Japan there is one city, they what we call radioactive this radioactive not ghost this city terkena this radioactive waste tu. So what happened is, all the villagers or the people inside that city, they need to move into new place lah, so that they will not affected with the radioactive waste. Okay, so now that city, I only remember that city start from F. I don't remember the full name. Okay, that city in Japan is no longer have people. They just left once that incident happened. They just left that city immediately. Alright. Okay, that's about nuclear energy. How nuclear uranium produce energy, nuclear energy. Okay, let's go to transformation of energy. That video only for your additional information. Usually in your exam, they will not ask you about nuclear energy. Nuclear energy ni you will learn during Form 5. Okay. Now you can see?
Yes.
Can Wait. So, I repeat from moving car. Okay. From moving car involve chemical energy, then transform into heat energy and later kinetic energy. How this happen? The chemical energy is stored in fuels. Okay, it's transformed into heat energy. This one involve burning process. Okay, so the heat energy in the car engine is used to move the mechanical parts of the car so that the car can move. Okay, moving object is kinetic energy. Okay, we move to next example, shielding fan. Okay, so shielding from electrical, you need to switch on first the switch and later it transform into kinetic energy plus sound energy. Okay, so it's correct If two energy happen at the same time, you put plus. Kinetic energy and sound energy. Okay, how this happen? Electrical energy, when you turn on the switch, is transformed into kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy causes the blades to move and produce sound. Okay, so fast actually the energy move from electrical to kinetic and later at the same time it produces sound. Okay, now burning candle. As you know, burning candle involve chemical energy, heat energy plus light energy because heat and light is happen at the same time. Can you explain? Okay, you tell me. I'm going to write the answer. How actually burning candle can burn? Anyone?
Sebab sheet dia
Right.
terlalu panas. Because the sheet is
Okay. The chemical, sorry. Allah. I hit this. Wait I need to reload. Okay. Okay. Explain detail. The chemical energy. Fine. Ifan Zain, tell me
Yes,
your
saya.
answer. Okay, tell me your answer. How? The chemical energy from the candle.
The chemical energy for the candle is too hot
Transform. I want you to explain how actually candle can produce light.
Oh, the chemical energy from candle transform to light
Is
energy.
transform first in takkan suddenly goes to light, it transform to heat first. Okay, because it involve burning process. So burning, when you burn something, they must consist heat energy. So heat energy. So heat energy later will
Melt the candle.
the heat energy is used to light up the candle and produce light. That's it. This is how you need to explain. I think you know how to explain, but I'm going to guide you lah. Okay? Can you see the handwriting? Can you see this one? The answer here? Or is it too small? The
Okay.
font can you see? Can I?
Yeah.
Can I try to increase the size. Okay. you can see the answer here. Okay, next, move to next example, cycling. Okay, cycling involve chemical energy and later kinetic energy. Now you need to explain where does the chemical energy comes from. Okay, start with chemical energy. Okay, this one I want Nara. Nara, explain how cycling. How people can cycle the bicycle.
Chemical energy transform to kinetic energy.
Okay, I know, but chemical energy stored in which sources?
A bicycle.
Chemical energy.
The person.
Okay. You say chemical energy stored in food.
No.
In food eat by human kan, by people. Okay, the chemical energy. Okay, the chemical energy stored in food is used to what? It's transformed lah. It's used and transformed into
kinetic energy.
kinetic energy. Okay, that's how to explain lah. Explain each example from daily activity. Okay, thank you Nara.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I hope you can see the answer here. The chemical energy stored in the food is used and transformed into kinetic energy, and later that people can cycle a bicycle. Okay, understand the transformation of energy?
Yes.
Understand? Okay, so before you do your own exercise, what time our class finish? I forgot. What time we finish our class?
11 o'clock.
11 okay, good lah. Alright, so before you go, yes?
What does propane mean?
Propane?
Teacher, I know.
The chemical energy part. What does propane mean?
Propane is a flammable.
Propane, is it? Akil, how to spell propane?
propane.
Oh, okay, propane tu is one of chemical. Okay, can you read the whole sentence propane tu?
Propane. P-R-O-P-A-N-E.
No. Where do you know about propane?
In the book it says
Yeah,
biomass, petroleum, natural gas,
Yes.
propane and food are examples
Chemical
I
energy.
just search it on Google.
of chemical energy.
Okay, propane tu is kind of gas.
Oh.
From biomass. Okay? Like methane, we use our burning stove consists of methane.
So propane is not a renewable energy lah.
Yes. Okay, natural gas is not renewable energy. Okay, so before you do your own exercise, so let's recap together about about transformation of energy. Okay, this one you need to keep in your mind. Energy can be transformed from one form to another but still carry the same amount of energy. Some of energies are lost during the process to as a heat energy. Okay, so the example solar panels, solar energy goes transform to electrical energy. How? Solar panel absorbs solar energy from the sun and transforming it to electrical energy. Yes, Mikael?
Yang tu panggil solar panel
Solar panel, yes. Electrical energy then will convert into heat energy to heat up. This one example to heat up water heater. Okay, next a moving car, chemical energy to heat energy and kinetic energy. The chemical energy stored in fuels is transformed into heat in the car engine. The heat energy is used to move the mechanical parts of the car so that the car can move. Okay, third example, ceiling fan, electrical energy, kinetic plus sound energy. Why plus? Because kinetic and sound energy happen at the same time. Okay, electrical energy is transformed into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy causes the blades to move and produce sound. Okay, a burning candle, chemical energy, heat energy plus light energy. Heat and light happen at the same time. Where does the chemical energy come from? From the candle itself. Candle is made of wax. Okay, when you heat the wax, so later it have chemical energy lah. So the chemical energy from the candle is transformed to heat energy. Heat energy is used to light up the candle and produce light. Easy how to explain the burning candle actually. And cycling, chemical energy to kinetic energy. The chemical energy stored in food is used and transformed into kinetic energy. Okay, this one. Okay. We add some into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is used to move the bicycle. Complete lah. Okay. That's it about transformation energy. The detail about transformation of energy. Any question before we end the class? The live streaming. Not the class, the live streaming class. Any question? No question? Everyone understand? Propane is flammable hydrocarbon. Yes. Propane is a gas. Any question from you about the transformation of energy? Yes, Ifan.
Kinetic energy bukan kita ke yang buat?
Kinetic energy from chemical?
Itu bicycle kinetic.
From chemicals stored in food, you eat, you add. So later it convert into kinetic energy. When have kinetic energy, later you can move the bicycle. Our food.
Tak faham lah dengan tu je.
Or you don't understand why the chemical energy comes from the food? How?
Tak, saya tak faham kinetic energy comes from the bicycle.
Kinetic energy comes from the bicycle. You don't understand. Okay, it's okay. Ifan, next class, I'm going to show you how kinetic energy, what is the difference between kinetic and potential energy. Okay? Ifan, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I will explain detail about the
Chemical energy pun ni bicycle juga
No, chemical energy from food.
Oh, pasal tu
Food you add, then later transform into kinetic. So kinetic will move the bicycle. Okay.
No, I understand.
Understand? For transformation of energy today. Okay, if have no question, so after this, I'm going to share exercise at your activity, seesaw activity as usual, and later 10
Teacher,
10:40.
maksudnya chemical tu makanan lah.
Yes.
Why,
From your food.
why the candle chemical?
Because the candle is made from wax. Wax is chemical. Don't understand.
Pelik ah.
Pelik. Okay. Chemical Okay, so I will explain more about chemical energy, kinetic energy in next class. Okay, Mikael?
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so 10:40. 10:40, everyone come back. I will share new link with you. Then you rejoin the class for discussion. Now, after this, you go to seesaw. You wait. If there's no exercise, you wait for a while. Okay, I'm going to share the exercise. After that, 10:40, rejoin the class for discussion. Okay. Okay, I guess everyone